Okay, this is supposed to be a tag along with me to the cemetery and to Hannaford, but first I am going to record a tiny segment for my new channel, my Growing Up Crazy, because I was just made to feel crazy. First, I need the AC because I am burning up with anxiety. And here's my plan for this channel. I will be providing a lot of informational and educational stuff. I will be sharing my life experiences to give you examples as to what it all means and how it affects me. But I'm also going to use this as a place to get things off my chest as they happen, to try to keep my sanity, because once again, as always, I let my mother get under my skin. First, you have to remember that when something happens to you all your life, it gets to the point where you just can't take it at all. For instance, say you have a boo-boo on your arm and somebody accidentally scratches it and it's like, geez, that hurt, and they're like, oh, sorry. And then immediately after, they scratch it again. Say that goes on for years and years, and the boo-boo can never heal because they keep opening the wound constantly. But you're told, just ignore that, But the pain is still there. And then you say, I won't put that boo-boo next to her. I just won't. But then you forget, and you go in and you say, hey, and all of a sudden, bang, and the boo-boo is scraped again, and it hurts more than ever before because it's like so completely infected now. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it's like to live with a narcissist. It can even be something not horrible, but over the years, it becomes so infected, and it's so much bigger than it should be, just because it just won't stop happening. All right. I should not expect it to stop happening, and I don't expect it to stop happening. I never will expect it to stop happening, but I just need to find a better way to deal with it, and this is what this whole rant is about. My mother does not listen to me at all, ever, ever, ever. I can go up to her and say, hi, Ma, how was your day? Do you remember last week when I went to say, didn't even start to hear what I was saying. So once again, I went up to her with my camera, showed her I was bringing my tripod, and I said, I'm going to the cemetery, and she's looking right at me. I am going to the cemetery to do a video. We are out of milk almost, so I'm also going to go to Hannaford since I need peanuts, and I know you need bread, so I will buy you bread. You know, Darlene, I'm going to have to stop crocheting for a little while. I'm just getting so much pain. I just took some Tylenol. And I kid you not, she talked nonstop for about 2 minutes solid, and I just stood there. And when she's done talking, she just looks at me, and I remind her, Mom, did you hear what I was saying? I was talking to you. You weren't talking to me. Mom, I came in here, I stood here, we were looking right at each other, and I was talking to you. You were done talking. Okay, so first of all, I wasn't talking to her, but now I was talking, obviously, because I was done talking to her. So doesn't that insinuate she knew I was talking in the first place? I wasn't done talking, Ma. You cut me off. Well, what were you saying? Never mind, Ma. I'm leaving now. And as I start to leave, you come here. Now there would be a full-on fight if I went back. And that's usually what happens. I usually go back and I try to drill it into her head that, why can't you listen to me? Why do you have to say I wasn't talking? And then all of a sudden I was done talking. You started talking. What did I even say, Ma? What did I say? Did you hear anything I said? You never let me finish. Oh, it's like, it just drives me crazy. And this is such a tiny, 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 tiny little piece of what I go through. And it might sound so trivial to you. I mean, to somebody who doesn't know anything about narcissism, it might sound so trivial, and just get over it, Darlene. She's 93 years old, Darlene. She's your mother, Darlene. She's all those things, but she's also narcissistic. And narcissistic people abuse their victims. always. It's always. And it's not that she doesn't know. It's that she is so above everybody else that she will just do that. And will she do it to everybody? She does. But do they care? No. They weren't born to her. They weren't living with her for 55 years. So other people can overlook it, but the truth is that she doesn't act to others like she does to me. I'm the scapegoat. I'm the one. It's just, oh my God. All right. I know you guys are going to think this sounds just ridiculous, and in the large scheme of things, there are things that are so much worse than this. I mean, actual abusive situations that I will get into, but what I'm trying to say is even the tiniest of little things can make me feel like this. And I don't want to fight with her because I'm fighting with a robot. This is a robot who is programmed to say and act exactly the way she says things and acts. And there's no way I can break through that. There is no way. So it doesn't pay for me to stand there and try to make a point and get my point across to her. That is absolutely wasted time for me. So then the next thing I want to do is just blow off my steam. And I usually do that right there with her because she's the only person in my little world. And that doesn't work because I will still feel guilty for yelling at a robot. So this is where I'm going to do it, here on this channel. And that's all I'm going to say about this. This is not really an informational or educational video. It's a rant, pure and simple. And I know, probably 90% of the people who watch this are going to say, geez, Darlene, just grow up and get over it. Get over it. I hear it all the time. It's not that simple. And you will learn if you stick with this channel for a while and look at all the other channels that I'm going to send you guys to, you are going to start to understand that it's not that easy. It's not easy to live with an abuser and to know how to handle it. I'm not conditioned to know anything other than what I know, and I can only act the way I act. I feel like I'm smart enough to know that there is peace for me somewhere, and I'm determined to find it. I'm willing to look for it. I want it. I want peace. All right, let's go to the cemetery where my mother will be buried one day. And let's go get bread for my mother. And I'll be back with more soon. I am wrapping this up. Okay, this is weird. I'm in the process of doing 2 videos at once. I'm doing a tag along to Rogers and Cemetery on my other channel, and right here on my new channel. I just wanted to mention something. I can't really remember all that I told you. I know I was just very upset in the driveway, and I was emotional already today. I know it was the cemetery, but it's not the cemetery and the death that made me sad. It's my mother and my long-lost love who I cried over for years and years and years, Derek's father. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of stuff like that. But I did want to mention to you that when I said that I walked away from my mother, had I gone back, this is what I would have heard. Something along the lines of this. You better stop acting like that. I don't like the way you treated me. It's again, she'll call me back not to say, you know what, Darlene, I am sorry. I wasn't paying attention to you. I should have let you finish talking. You know, it's nothing like that. I'm so tired of you acting that way. I never can talk to you about anything. I never have my say. And it's like, Mom, when do I ever get my say? Why can't I say something to you? And instead of seeing that blank stare in your eyes, and I know she's thinking only of what she's going to say. She has no interest in even hearing my words, you know. And then that's how come we end up getting into a screaming match. I'm just glad that I'm going to be able to vent here I hope. I hope you guys allow me this freedom, because I don't want to scream at my mother. I don't want to scream at anybody. Nobody makes me mad like my mother does. Nobody brings out rage in me like my mother does. I don't want to do that to her because she's a robot. I have to always remember that. She is a robot, but not a very good dancing one. I still feel the need to vent, or I will go crazy and explode. So instead of venting to her, where I know it is just falling on deaf ears, I am going to vent to you guys. And hopefully, just by me doing so, I will feel a little bit better, and I will have released the steam that needs to be released. But hopefully, it in somehow will make you aware that maybe somebody in your life who is causing you trouble and who is making you feel crazy, maybe it'll give you a chance to recognize that. And again, even though we have like those 9 traits of narcissism to see if somebody is narcissistic, even with those traits doesn't mean they're really narcissistic. It's how do they make you feel? That's the real test. Do they make you feel crazy? Do they make you feel unheard? Do they make you feel unloved? Do they make you have rage over the most ridiculous things? Do they continue to make you feel that way? Do you find it impossible to walk away from it? Do you find it impossible to just let it go? Do you find that you want to continue to deal with it and to fix things and to find a way? If you have all those emotions and those feelings and those failures at all these things that you're trying to accomplish, you're dealing with a narcissist. Because not only do they treat you like shit, but they make you come back to the shitty treatment. They make you want to. It's like my goal. Let's go to the shitty treatment and somehow fix it. And as I'm speaking of shitty treatment, I just saw a dog take a dump. And after he was done, he joyfully hopped away. That was kind of cute. Okay, I'm going back to my other channel now. Go watch that video too. Bye.